Hey, it's time to dish with D. That's me. It's Friday. Woohoo. Oh, sorry about that. We got a little frost on the windows this morning. Little frost on the pumpkin. Remember that little rhyme about the frost on the pumpkin? Yeah. There's frost on the pumpkin out there. So what I want to go over, another one of my favorite vlogs, and I wanted to revisit it again because when I made the vlog, it was probably 3,000 subscribers ago, and maybe my perspective is a little bit different. I highly doubt it, or maybe I'll bring something fresh to the video. Check tire pressure. Apparently my tire pressure's off. Must be from the cold. Unrealistic goals, unrealistic expectations of ourselves. You know, it's January. It's beginning of a new year. We're all on this gung-ho, and it's great. I'm not here to sit there and tell you now. But you go into it with like, I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year, and that's it. I'm going to lose 100 pounds this year. How about I'm just going to lose this year? Not put a number on it. Just do the plan day in and day out. Make it lifestyle. Do little simple changes, and you know, the weight will gradually come off. When we put numbers on things, when we put like endpoints on things, I think it messes with our heads. I think it puts, because if we don't do those things, then we're failures. I didn't do that. I didn't lose this week. Oh my gosh, I'm going to go binge eat. That's what, only reason I say this is because I've been there. I know. I was me. Up until probably, it'll be 2 years I've started this channel next month. Could you believe that? 2 years Dish with D has been around. I can't believe it's been that long. I'm utterly shocked. Doesn't feel like 2 years, honestly. I would have thought, oh, maybe I'm coming up on a year. No, stupid, you're coming up on 2 years. Wow. So I would say around when I started this channel, a lot of my perspective changed. Because again, when you say things out loud, they become reality. And I am honest, I lived in a non-reality. I lived in the fact that I looked good. I lived in the fact that I was happy where I was, and I wasn't heavy. Oh yeah, I didn't believe I needed to lose that much weight. I know, it's called, our eyes don't see what they need to see some days. I'm not sure why that is. But when I stopped saying, I want to lose X amount of pounds in X amount of time, I just said, I just want to lose in a clip that is healthy, and a clip that I continue, I don't always have losses. I don't. I didn't. I shouldn't say. I'm losing again, but it's totally different now. I don't need to lose that much. I'm only going to lose like 4 pounds, maybe 5 if I can. But back when you have to, because it's this journey, I know I say it a lot, it's repetitive, but it's important that it's all it's all up here. It's a mind game you play with yourself. So you think, oh, it's my stomach, it's your head. Half the time you're head hunger. That's with me, like I want it. I'm not hungry, I want to eat it. So I have to find a way, because head hunger's not going to go away. It just gets worse. Actually, I wish it was my stomach, because it'd probably be easier than my head. The brain's too smart. So I have to find a way to get it in somehow in very low points so I can satisfy the head. Where the taste buds are, the head is, it all connects. But realistic, like I knew that I was not going to be Weight Watchers' goal. And quite honestly, I didn't even want to be this goal. If I had to be 150% honest with you, yeah, I do not want to be this low. To me, this is low. It's hard to maintain this. It's not easy. And like I said, I am not any stretch of the imagination skinny. I'm not. I'm at a nice, healthy medium. And that's what I love, the word medium. You're not small, but you're not large. You're medium. I love to be midline. Just, so this is really at a great place. It's a hard place for me though, but it's not at an unrealistic place. Like if I was like another 20 pounds down, oh my gosh, this would be a whole different vlog channel. I would be just whiny and complaining and miserable. Oh, you wouldn't see anything funny here, because I wouldn't find anything funny in life, because I would just be sad. We don't need sad. You know, in the world we live in today, who needs sad and depressing? The world is sad and depressing enough. I don't need to add it by trying to maintain an unrealistic weight. It's just not, like I said, if I was 25 years younger, yeah, I would probably have a different mindset, because it's a whole different world for somebody in their 20s versus me. I've had my marriage. I'm still married. I have my kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm just into the part where they're old enough. They're in their 20s now. They're men. I'm enjoying my life. And I want to go do things. And now I'm able to, because I lost all that weight that held me back. I'm not the one sitting on the bench anymore. I'm not the one, I can't do this anymore. We can't go there. I can't do that. I can't go up that hill. You guys go. I'll be here when you come down. I'm the person that does all this stuff. And I'm also the person that's happy to go to a buffet as well. That's, oh yeah, I'm up. Buffet, I'm in. But it's a whole different going to a buffet than I used to go to a buffet. I don't sit there and scarf everything down. I go and I look. Well, there is no buffets anymore. Let me put that out there. Ain't nothing going on now. I'm talking about last year. I would go and I peruse, because you have to see what's out there. And let me tell you something. Just because it's a buffet doesn't mean you can't have good choices up there. And who knew there was salad? I never did. I always skipped that one. I was going to, who needs the salad? Let me go right to the fried chicken. But yeah, now I go to the salad and I put some protein on my salad. There's a lot of things you can get there. There's fish, plenty of vegetables, and plenty of lean proteins on those. So I always do well on a buffet. I do. And the dessert, yeah, that's the part I struggle with. But you know what? You have a little bit, and at some point you get to you're better than not having, and I know that's hard for people because I know you're not there yet, but if you keep on keeping on and keep on rewarding yourself, I should say reward, that's not the word I wanted to use. If you keep on finding ways to eat foods you love, finding a way to fit it in, finding ways to make hacks, you won't feel so deprived. So you can have that little bit, because you know what? You've had other little things here and there, and you're not, the yearn isn't that bad. When you yearn for something, as we know, in our minds, it comes out better than it actually is. It's like some things you make them so fabulous, and they really aren't. You're like, why did I yearn for that? That really stunk. It really did. But realistic goals, realistic expectations. We don't know what God has in store for us for the next week. We don't know where we're going to be. We don't know what's going to come down the pike. And I say this too much. I know. Life is short. It is. And it's too short to be miserable. It's too short to be miserable. It is. It truly is. So you have to find, ways to fit it in. Find ways to enjoy it. You have to track. There's no other two ways about that. You have to track. You need to know what you're eating when you go into your next meal. You have to know what you have in the bank. Would you go shopping with not knowing how much money you have in your purse? No. Or on your debit card? No. You would check that because you don't know how much you can spend. Same thing with tracking. You don't know what you can eat until you know what you've spent. And if you're having trouble with tracking, that's why they did the rewards in the WW plan. Figuring if we give you something for tracking, maybe you'll track more. Worked for me, actually. I like getting my, rewards for tracking. But it does help me. It does help me know what I have for dinner and lunch. And if you're, I like to tell people, and I know it's hard, if you know what you're going to have for dinner first, to pre-track that. This way you know what you can spend for lunch and breakfast. Unless you're one of those preppers. I'm not a prepper. I don't meal prep. I just don't like to have the same thing every day, honestly. And I'm home to make stuff. I like leftovers for lunch. I love to have, just some turkey and chicken on a plate with maybe with a lavash and some cheese and an egg and some dip. Or wrap it in the lavash and have like a little Sammy. So that's how I like to eat. But, if you're one of those people that need to prep, then whatever you think's going to work for you, try it. And if it doesn't work 1 week, don't go back. You don't need to do it. If it's not working, don't do it. If it's not cohesive for you, don't do it. Just because somebody does it doesn't mean you have to do it. I tried it. It didn't work for me. It just didn't. So I don't do it. I fly by the seat of my pants, and I like it that way. I tried, I have videos on me meal prepping or meal planning. It's just hard because it was hard for me because I don't know what I'm going to feel like for dinner. I'm sorry. I don't want to have meatloaf. I'm not going to eat it. Yeah, you could switch it to a different day, but I wake up, I decide what's for dinner. Since I'm the one making it, I get to be the one that decides what we eat. So I'm the one that decides what I feel like. I know that's a little bit selfish, but hey, if they want to make dinner, then they can make dinner. So my dinner gets planned in already, so I know what I'm making, and then breakfast and lunch fall into place. That's been working for me. I've obviously lost 115, 16. It varies depending on the week. Pounds, so it's worked. But we don't know what works for you. You need to figure that out, and that is why it's so important to come to Tea with D. Talk with the gals. There's a very supportive group there. They have really, good tips and tricks and motivational advice. I always recommend this group. I'm telling you, not because I run it, because really it's not really me, it's them. I just moderate. I'm trying to find a new forum for it. I just want them to be more involved. The typing sometimes is not very, I feel like it gets a little hard to read. So I just haven't had time. I can't imagine how many times. But yes, realistic goals. Realistic. Don't say my friend Janie lost 50 pounds on Noom. I want to do that. But it worked for Jamie. It might not work for you. But you can try it, absolutely. But if it doesn't, don't think you're a failure. It's just not for you. My friend Mia lost 50 pounds on keto. I want to do keto. Well, try keto. But under the assumption that doesn't mean it's going to work. I could never do keto. No, I like fats. Don't get me wrong. I love all that stuff. But I love other things too. That's why I do like the Weight Watchers plan, because everything's on the menu. Because let's face it, we're going to live the rest of our lives, hopefully, to maintain our weight loss. You're going to be giving up that stuff forever. Girls and boys, I love my bread. I do. Italian. The knife, the fork, and the bread, it was, we had it how many days a week? I tell you all the time how many times I had pasta. Just so you know, there was bread with that pasta every time we had it. It was cheap. We didn't have a lot of money, and we had these brick oven bakeries in our neighborhood in Philly. Oh, I love how I grew up. I miss those days. It's just a shame that these kids today don't know that. And on corners in neighborhoods, they have these big brick ovens, and they would have, that's where my love for tomato pie came, because they had tomato pie, which is like dough with sauce on top and usually some grated Parmesan cheese. And it's a sweet sauce. It's just awesome. It's like my favorite stuff ever. So yes, my love of bread, my love of pizza, tomato pie, all kinds, especially Italian, crusty, chewy bread. It has to be chewy, has to be crusty. It has to be delicious. I am at work right now. I came in the wrong entrance. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big old thumbs up. If you like my vlogs, I hope to go home and film a Food Finds Friday. I don't know if I'm going to have the time, but I'm going to try my best. It's crazy around my house these days. But I have some fun food finds that I went and purchased at Big Lots, and I wanted to share that with you today or tomorrow when I get to filming it. So I hope you enjoy these. I'll see you later. Catch you on the next vlog. Bye, we're out.